Believe me, eating healthy is not complicated. It's actually us that is complicating this issue. Today I'm going to give you a very simple description of how you can turn your regular meal into a very healthy and nutritious meal. Let's say you want to eat rice now, right? Most of the time you'll have it like this. Now this is a sizable portion for an adult, right? But now the problem with this meal is almost 90% carbohydrates, okay, and very little protein. So this meal is not balanced. It doesn't have any fiber here, because normally this is white rice, and white rice is a processed version of rice that has been stripped of its fibers from the bran, the rice bran. That's where most of the fiber is. So it has been stripped of its fibers, and there is no other source of fiber here, and the protein content is very, very low. Let's not talk about the large amount of stew here, which is fat, right? So although this meal is going to fill you up, but this meal is not going to keep you full for much longer, and also it lacks basic nutritional value. So let me now tell you some mistakes you do if you're trying to eat healthier. Most of the time, if people decide to clean out their diet, they make the mistake of having this, just this. Like, oh, I'm gonna eat salads, I'm not gonna be eating rice, I'm not gonna be eating bread, I'm not gonna be eating all those processed shit and all. So they just go for this. This is healthy, this is very healthy, but the problem with this is that this is not sustainable to be eaten every single time. I mean, you can't just, you're a human being, you can't have salads all your life. I mean, that's not the way you want to live your life, right? And basically, you need some form of carbohydrates. Carbohydrate is your body's major source of energy. So you need carbohydrates, and yeah, it might interest you to know that vegetables are a carbohydrate. But the thing is that we human beings, we cannot access the carbohydrate content of this form of vegetables, because the carbohydrate content is cellulose, and we do not lack the necessary enzyme, which is cellulase, that can break this cellulose down. So we cannot even get carbohydrates from this meal. Majorly is fiber that we eat this for, and also for the nutrients, for the phytochemicals it contains. So back to what we're talking about. This meal will not fill you up. You and I do. You know that I know, and you know. You cannot have this. It doesn't even have proteins, and you need proteins, you need carbohydrates, yeah, and you need good fat sources too. So this is not sustainable. Trash this. Let me show you another mistake people make. Another very interesting mistake that people make when they are trying to say, oh, I'm going on a weight loss journey, I'm going on a wellness journey, I'm going to be eating moderately, is they reduce their portions to a very ridiculous size. I mean, look at this. For an adult, not for a child. You are telling me that you're going to be eating like this for the rest of your life? See, one thing I like to tell people, especially my clients, if it's not sustainable, it's not worth going into. If you cannot keep up with it for your whole life, then why? Because if you do it, let's say you want to lose weight, right? And if you do it for some time and you lose the weight, if you go back to your normal life, my dear, the weight is going to come back. So I always advise them to pick a routine, to pick a sustainable program that will, help them to gradually come off the weight and still maintain their healthy lifestyle. So back to this now. This will not fill you up. It will not give you all the necessary nutrients that you need. It will not give you the right energy. If you are eating like this, hey, Jesus. So at this point, I know you'll be asking this question: what do I now do? What do I do? Where do I go from here? But I'm going to tell you how to combine this whole thing. Like, everything we have plated out here is actually good food, right, that you can eat, but the pattern you arrange your meals and the way you combine your meals will determine whether it's going to be healthy for your body or not. I'm going to show you how best to combine your diet, how best to combine these different things so that it can become a proper meal for you. Now take a look at this meal. What do you see? You see love, right? Okay, so not only is it looking very nice and well plated, this meal has the right amount of macronutrients that your body needs. It has enough carbohydrates. Like I said, carbohydrate is actually vital for your body. It's your body major source of energy, so you cannot cut it out from your diet. I mean, unless you're doing keto and all, but generally I don't really advise you to cut out carbohydrates from your diet. It's actually okay right? So you have your carbohydrate source here, you have your vegetables, yeah, your fiber that will help in, that will give you a lot of nutrients, because each of these vegetables, they have a lot of nutrients, phytochemicals that they offer to the body, and they are used as bulking agents for your digestive system to keep your bowel movements flowing freely, to avoid constipation, indigestion, and also very great for your gut health, right? So on this plate we also have your proteins. This is beef. This is for like 4 cuts of beef here. So generally you see that this meal is a much more balanced meal. Another thing you'll note now is that the portion size is great for an adult, right? So it will fill you up, and not just about filling you up, it will give your body all the macronutrients it needs to function well. I didn't mention the fat source here, which is the oil used in preparing the stew. Good oils, pulp oils, right? Like I said, this is a balanced meal. This is what your plating should look like if you are targeting healthy eating, right? Not like that and that. The portion on your plate will determine whether you're in a calorie deficit or you're in a calorie surplus. If you're trying to gain weight, you'll be on a calorie surplus. That means you eat more. If you're trying to lose weight, you'll be on a calorie deficit, which is you're going to eat less. But keep your meals well balanced and whole. That's the most important thing. So I hope you learned a lot from this video. If you want more videos like this, please give me a like and a follow, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.